Well, happy Wednesday. How are you on this amazing Wednesday evening? I am going to tell you, well, let me back up for a moment. Let me just back up for a moment. Finish the intro. It has been one of those afternoons. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Get to Know Bob, this amazing platform where we do just that. We get to know some phenomenal Black business owners within our community. We have had conversations over the last several years with musicians and authors and people that are in all types of industries. We're learning about new industries. We've had violinists. We've had, I can't even think of it just off the top of my head. I think I've had even the person in HVAC at one point. We're going to archive some of these things and do some replays for you to reconnect with some of the people who are still doing the doggone thing even today. So, yes, I am just so fortunate that week upon week, people trust me to have conversations with them to bring to you and your attention, you people who are supporting us, who are watching us on a regular basis and popping in and out. Even so, I always believe it when you pop in for that one time, you're getting exactly what you came from. So that's why we do what we do, to make sure you know all of the amazing businesses in your community that are doing phenomenal things so that we can support one another and see our dollars increase circulation within our community because we know that they exist and that they are doing phenomenal work. I am the lucky person who gets to do that. Your host, I am Dr. Sonia and Weaver, and I just thank you so much for your dedication of tuning in. Now that I got that out the way, let me tell you why I'm so discombobulated and a little bit late. So accept my apologies because I have been on the go. I have been blessed, tremendously blessed to have done my youth entrepreneurship curriculum to, I think, 9 different groups over the summer. Because they went so successful, I was asked to come back. And not only asked to come back with my own curriculum, I mean, that's just phenomenal, but asked to support other people with what they're doing with their curriculum. And so I have been doing some work with after school programs, and it has been amazing. But you can also imagine it has been a little bit exhausting, a little bit exhausting to say the least. I mean, during the summer, I was there maybe in the morning, still had the afternoons to kind of recuperate before the show. Literally, I am leaving from a school and I'm coming here to get prepared to be before you today. And so a couple of things needed to be tweaked before I could come on so that I can give you the best experience. So if you notice that coming tonight's guest, coming along the tickler at the bottom is my yours truly, Dr. Sonia Weaver. I will be going through because we haven't had a catch up in a while. So this is going to be a little bit different than our normal catch up of previous shows. We're actually going to focus on events. Because if you notice today's topic, 5 strategies to keep you from wasting time. And when I was thinking about, how I was going to focus on uh, highlighting the amazing events that we have, shout out to all of these amazing businesses for your dedication. I wanted to then, you know, get a bigger picture as to why people do take their time, their energy, and do events, right? There's more to just doing an event to do it. There's a typically a bigger picture always behind why people are doing events. So I gathered, some of the conversations, and I asked around just to kind of see why people were indeed doing events. And I have some good news to share with you. And so, as we go through our upcoming events, I'm going to tie in some of those reasons. Now, won't necessarily get to all 5, I don't think, because of the delay in which we began, but I definitely want to kick it off with a few. One of the reasons why people do events in which they said was for the reason of efficiency. Now you can imagine how much energy does it take to present your information, your material, intellectual property, all of these phenomenal things to one person? Okay. It takes that amount of time to do so. But it also would take pretty much the same amount of time if you were presenting in front of 10 people or maybe 20 people. So to have an event, you're able to reach more people with the same energies that you would for one person, but now you're effectively targeting more people with the same amount of time, or roughly the same amount of time. So when we're looking at time management, which let me take a moment to address, I believe there's no such thing as time management. Why? None of us, not any of us, have the ability to control time. Time was given to us by God. That's my belief. Creator of the heavens and earth, the universe, and all that. We had nothing to do with it. So we cannot control it in any way. Time is going to keep moving on, whether we do anything or not. Whether we stay in bed, time moves on. Whether we get up and we doing everything under the sun, time is moving on. None of us can stop progressing with aging. None of us can stop the clock, so to speak. We have no control over time. So when people say, I want to hire you because I want you to help me manage my time more effectively. I want to be able to, effectively time manage my time. First thing I say, that's impossible. I can't do that. What I can do is I can teach you how to self-manage. We can only control how we self-manage, what we choose to do each day with the time that we are allotted. That is really where the focus lies. So when it comes to having events, that's an intentional way of managing yourself. You are making a decision that rather than me taking myself and spending this time with one individual, how can I better use myself, within the realm of time to still reach more people? Okay. And that can be established by having events. So being efficient, managing oneself to better use the allotment of time that you're given is definitely one reason to have events. So we're going to take a quick break so that we can recognize some of our events that we have in this segment. We'll be right back.
Peace and integrity. Celebrate the wins, let go of the stress, vent, share, and encourage. Register today on Facebook or Alignable by searching for the BE Black Entrepreneurs Group.
Women's Empowerment Workshop, The Prolific Me Uploaded. Hosted by Michelle Hood. Friday, September 27th through Sunday, September 29th. Friday 6 p.m. meet and greet. Saturday workshops begin at 9 a.m. Sunday, closing remarks. Events will be held at Hilton Garden Inn, 26,000 American Drive, Southfield, Michigan. Tickets are $85. Rediscover your natural talents and embrace who you really are.
Women of Impact. Shaping the Future Women's Conference. The Divine Feminine, What Makes a Woman Attractive to a Man. September 28th beginning at 7 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Chief Silent Storm and Dr. Darlene Williams. This is a virtual conference. RSVP today at www.fearlessminds.com. Autism Community Day. Presented by Takers The Gaming Vault and Hezekiah Kids. Saturday, September 28th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Laurel Park Mall, 37700 6 Mile Road, Livonia, Michigan. Special guest America's Got Talent and Stellar Award winner Kid J. For more information, contact Ice Clark 313-425-6473 or Dr. V. Bailey 248-671-3177.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to YouTube, search for Deals with Bob, and click the subscribe.
Welcome back. So, some amazing events that were in that segment. And before I go into a little bit more details about each one, I want to make sure that if you missed the last conversation that we had with a guest, remember we didn't have a conversation last week. Our last conversation was with Lakina, and I'm sorry, having a brain freeze. I'm sorry, from Treasures Within. Oh my goodness. And the topic was, what's your treasure? Please excuse my brain freeze. Yes, that conversation was on September the 11th. Remember, we recognized and took a moment for 9/11. But yes, Lakina Fuller, or I think I'm saying her name wrong, and that's why I keep pausing. But if I have, please charge it to this crazy head for the night in which I had, and definitely not my heart. Okay. I apologize greatly, but it was a great conversation nonetheless. So please, if you did not see that conversation or tune into that conversation, make sure you go over to YouTube and watch it. One event that's coming up that wasn't in our segment is our Will and Trust segment that is happening, sponsored by Good Measure Nonprofit and TGQ Law Firm. It is wills or trust. What do I need? Basically, if you have to ask the question, what would happen to your children and your assets if you were to die? Do you have an answer for that? Do you have a plan in place already? And other question you need to ask is, if you cannot make decisions for yourself, let's say you got into, a health crisis and you could not make decisions for yourself, who would make decisions for you regarding your finances, regarding your health? Who would do that for you? So you don't have the plan in place. Make sure you come out on September the 28th at Pentecost Church at 35625 Vinewood Street in Romulus, Michigan. It is so key that you take this opportunity to make sure and ensure that you have everything in place. We have had Terrence Quinn on our show in the past, and most recently within the last quarter. So go over to our YouTube channel and you can see a conversation with Terrence Quinn about why you need to have this if you can't make this September 28th event. But it is so important that you get everything in order while you can, especially making decisions for oneself, because you never know. Now, while we don't want bad things to happen, we know they do. And we need to make provision in case something does happen, so that everything that we desire to happen can and be in place, so it can go exactly as we intended to the best of our ability. So highlighting a few of the events, I should say. The decompression session is ongoing and it is expanding. What it's about, it's really an opportunity for Black businesses to come on and do just that, to decompress. There are businesses all over the U.S. that come in every single week and we decompress. We celebrate our wins. We talk about the losses and how we convert them can convert them into wins. We let go of the stress. We vent if there's something that's bothering us and we just got to get it out. We share, we encourage each other. People have brought up questions of concerns and we have dealt with them and we have answered them. It is a best way to say, do we collaborate with each other? Can we come together and support each other? Yes, we do it every single Friday night on Decompression. It is the best way to kick off your weekend. Grab your favorite beverage, come on in and decompress with us every Friday night. I'm telling you, it is a blast. I am so proud of this next event for the Women's Empowerment Workshop. Michelle Hood is coming together this weekend and bringing phenomenal women together for an amazing workshop. And it's just that. Her intent is that everyone will come together and collectively join in and actually have a hands-on workshop. Again, when we focus on being efficient, this is one way to do it. It is to get the best of the best together and go at it. I am so excited for her and this upcoming workshop on this weekend. On the 28th, there's another Women's Empowerment Conference happening. It's hosted by the phenomenal Dr. Chief Silence Storm and Dr. Darlene Williams. But then you have conversations that are happening with Dr. Lakeisha and Dr. Sharon and Elder Nicole. It is going to be an amazing time. This is virtual, so people from all over can join in. And that is happening on September the 28th at 7 p.m. You do need to RSVP for this event. So make sure you do that today. And what is amazing is that they're going to be having a special conversation for women so that we could quit stressing ourselves out and really tap into what men really are looking for when it comes to women. So there are going to be some special guests in the room to help tackle that question right there. You do not want to miss it. If you are a woman and you are looking to have a significant relationship with someone else, with a male, and getting that male's perspective, then you would definitely want to be in the room. And the last event that was featured in that is for Dr. Ratanji Bailey, OMG, Autism Community Day with Hezekiah Kids and Taker's Gaming Room in Livonia. This is going to be an awesome event as we continue to just sow into our youth and our young people that are on the autism spectrum. We have special host Kid J in the house, and it is going to be a time of awareness and community service. I, as you know, have a son who is on the autism spectrum, has Asperger's syndrome, and to continue in educating our community, it is so key. So I definitely am excited for this event. Now, the second reason, why do you think people have stated that they have events? Ta-da! Connection. Yes, connection. This is where you can come together and you can meet new people. You can build relationship with the people you don't know or you may know in passing. So a lot of times, at least I know, I've attended events and you run into some of the same people sometime and you are cordial, you speak, you do all those phenomenal things with one another, but you don't always get a chance to form those true connections. Sometimes at events, you have that opportunity to do so. I know I have gotten an opportunity to say, hey, we see each other often. Let's take a moment and let's get to know one another, right? You find out that in that room, you might find exactly that person you were looking for to partner with or to do. Oh, I guess I'm talking a little bit ahead of myself. But it's definitely connection. It's an opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals in one space, in one room, and an event allows you to do that. If you are attending an event 9 times out of 10, someone there is obviously on the same signal you are because you happen to be at the same event. You will find yourself, if you are attending a football game, a lot of people there would say that they love football, right? Because they're all at a football game or a basketball game or a play or a musical. So it's no different than when you host an event. The people that show up in that room typically all are there because that event somehow or in some way resonates with them. So it's a perfect way to make connection with people that you have something in common with. Having an event allows for you as the host to be more efficient, but it also now allows the people who attend the event, as well as you as the host, to establish new connections with the people that are present for the event. So now let's take a moment before we go into the next segment to recognize our upcoming events within our community for this segment. We'll be right back. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Clicked the wrong one. Here we go.
Tranquility Christian Counseling September Grief and Loss Support Group. Heartfelt Healing. Finding Peace in the Season of Change. Sunday, September 29th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. 24100 Southfield Road. Southfield, Michigan. You are not alone.
The Treasure Within Browning Ceremony. Sunday, September 29th, beginning at 4 p.m. RSVP required by visiting www.thetreasurewithinyou.org.
Cast Party hosted by Mac Justice Entertainment. October 11th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the International Institute, 111 East Kirby, Detroit, Michigan. Special guest DJ Mr. Millennium. Entry is $20. Free food, DJ, music, and stage play viewing. This is a boss-approved event.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to YouTube, search for Deals with Bob, and click the subscribe.
Okay, we're back. Again, I have nothing more to say other than I brain craze because I am a little bit exhausted. I truly, truly apologize. And I clicked the wrong part of our deck. And I was like, why isn't this video playing? Because it's not a video. It's a still image. Duh. So I am sorry. I apologize for that. But going into more detail now about this particular event. If you are dealing with grief or loss, I would definitely say that this needs to be a place for you to be at. It is the group session, and this particular group session is entitled Heartfelt Healing, Finding Peace in the Season of Change. We've entered into a new season, and sometimes with new seasons come new emotions, and it's a change. We know that with fall, our holidays are not too far around the corner, and for a lot of people, the holidays are not a good time. Do not feel that you need to go through any holidays alone when you're dealing with grief and loss. Tranquility Christian Counseling has a grief group that meets once a month to allow you to be in a room with other individuals who are dealing with that same grief and loss. And you're finding that you're not alone. The support and the conversations that come out of these sessions in a short amount of time are priceless. Truly, truly priceless. I would encourage you to mark your calendar for Sunday, September 29th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. if you are dealing with grief or loss, and join in the conversation. If you know of anyone, please share this information and register today. It is so, so important that you know you do not have to suffer by yourself. It truly is. Also in this segment, this is exciting because Lakina Folks, see, I don't know where I came with Foles. Lakina Folks, who was the one that I mentioned earlier regarding the treasure within. The crowning ceremony is Sunday the 29th beginning at 4 p.m. You do not want to miss what she does. We had a clip a little bit about it on the last time on 9/11 when she was here. The lessons that these young ladies are taught, the self-esteem, the treasures within that they talk about and that are mentioned is just amazing. Truly, truly amazing. And to be crowned, to actually have your crown placed in that ceremony, is priceless. I cannot wait to attend. And I know if you are local, I encourage you to also consider attending. I'm telling you, even if you don't know any of the young ladies, just being there and present to support them would be impactful. It would be so impactful. So I encourage you to support this event, not only the event, but make those connections, especially with these young women. Let them know that you support them and are there for them. So let's see. So we talked about events allow you to be efficient. Events allow for you to have connection. And events allow for you also the opportunity when you're networking to find like-minded people that are either in the industry that you're doing and build further relationships and collaborations. So another reason to having events is collaboration, right? Someone in that room could be the missing puzzle piece to complete your picture. You've been looking for them, and now at this event, you found them. It is so important when you attend events that you actually take the time to network and get to know other people in the room. people can become one of three things typically, right? They're going to be your referral partners. You share what each other do, and you might not need them. They may not need you, but they know someone who does. You know someone who does, and you then become their referral partner. When you make a connection with someone, you then can actually refer them, right? It's not like you're just going online and randomly selecting someone too, because that person could have did that. But if anybody asks you, hey, do you know a plumber? If you have made a connection with one, and even better yet, have used them yourself, but even if you made a connection and you recognize that they are passionate about what they do, they appear to be trustworthy, they appear to be reputable, you have an opportunity to be a referral partner for them. Another thing that you can do when you are connecting with people when it comes to collaboration, you could be looking for someone to not necessarily do an event all by yourself, but you want to collaborate with someone to, like, you may want layers to that event, and actually finding someone at another event is a way to form collaborations through your connection that way as well. There are so many ways in which you can effectively, when you meet someone, how you can, work that new connection and collaboration. Referral partners are definitely still a collaboration and a form of support. Doing events together is a form of collaboration and support. And then, of course, if you become a new client, they're meeting a need that you have and been looking for. That is definitely another way of connection and collaboration. So having a networking event with the one for you to be efficient and give your message across to the masses, that will allow people that are on site the opportunity for connection, so that they can further either build relationship with one another, be one referral partner, support one another, and or have collaboration with each other. So many things can come out of an event, and that definitely keeps everyone from wasting time. I mean, you go to an event, you find someone you were looking for, even the guests that are there found a way that it supports them in the decision that they made to take the time to come to your event, because they were intentional while they were there. So we're going to talk a little bit about your intentionality at an event when we return. We're going to take a moment and recognize our events for this segment. We'll be right back.
Women Ignited Annual Summit. The Perfect Plan. Saturday, October 12, 2024. Breakout sessions, financial wisdom, relationships, personal empowerment, lunch and networking. Cost $67. Early bird cost $49. Visit www.womenignitedsummit.com.
All Girls Matter Empowerment Conference. The Detroit Experience. Unlocking Your Potential. Play to Win. Saturday, October 12th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the University of Detroit, 4001 West McNichols. For ages 9 to 18. This is a free event, but you must register in advance. Contact 312-544-0980 for more information.
Save the date. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, linked event. Saturday, October 19th, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. You are not alone, together we are stronger, together we are linked. Come out and support the fighters, celebrate the survivors and honor those we remember. More information to come.
Full and Fabulous Curvy Girl Project, 42 Annual, A Rose is Still a Rose, Debutante Ball. Hosted by Tisha Lott. October 19th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the International Institute of Metropolitan Detroit, 111 East Kirby Street. $25 tax donation. For tickets call 313-499-8690. Curvy Girls Rock.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to YouTube, search for Deals with Bob, and click the subscribe button.
Well, welcome back. I absolutely loved a lot of those events that were in that particular segment. So let's take a moment to kind of highlight just a few of them. The Women Ignited Annual Summit. OMG. I have been seeing posts come up for this throughout social media. They now have Gail Perry Mason as one of the keynote speakers for this event, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you are a local here in the Metro Detroit area, I'm sure you have heard Gail Perry Mason. She has been on our show. She is simply a powerhouse in the financial industry and always gives and make impact to our youth with her Money Matters for Youth camp. I encourage you to go for her, but most importantly, all the phenomenal other guests. We have Crystal Gunn, who will be speaking, of course, Dr. Heather Heatheru, who is part of presenting this phenomenal summit to you. Make sure that you take a moment to visit womenignitedsummit.com for more information. You want to get your tickets as early as you can to benefit from the early bird special pricing. I'm not sure if that pricing is now passed, but it may not be. So if you're watching, go ahead and go to that website ASAP. I definitely want to encourage you to attend that event. It is going to be phenomenal. Then for our young women, oh my goodness, when I saw this, I want to make sure that you come. The Detroit Experience for All Girls Matter. This is going to be amazing. It is for ages 9 to 18, and it's a free event. Parents of the girls are welcome, but it is definitely for that age group. I know the powerhouse women that are speaking, I want to hear them too, but I am no longer in the age group of 9 to 18. And if you're with me, this is not for you. But if you know a young woman in this age group, please encourage them to come. Now, registration is required. It is a free event, but you are required to register. They have career panel, mental health panel. This is going to be a wonderful event. It is running from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So there's going to be so much for our young women to do. I want to make sure that you encourage a young woman to attend. Pass it on, because this is going to be so impactful for them. Really would have loved to have had a couple of conferences for my age when I was younger. That would have been like phenomenal. Link, save the date, please. October 19th. As we go into October 1st next week, we know we kick off Breast Cancer Awareness Month. OMG, I am hearing that they are going to have some phenomenal testimonies in the room coming from those who are currently fighting the disease. We're going to have some who are in the room that are survivors. And then we're going to have those who are speaking in honor of those that are being remembered. This is an opportunity for us to find out heartfelt what we need to do, right? We currently have, and we will continue to have walks that raise funds for research and awareness. But hearing from those who are fighting, hearing from those who are surviving, and hearing firsthand from those who were with those loved ones, what can we do on the ground? What can we truly do? What do they need? What resources, what support, what, right? This is exciting because we're going to find out as we're beating and bonding together, because we're coming together and being connected intentionally to actually address this particular concern of breast cancer. So I definitely wanted to make sure that one was highlighted. And of course, we have another phenomenal event for our young women, the Debutante Ball for our Curvy Girl projects, presented for Full and Fabulous. So yes, I have to give shout outs to Dr. Sharon Dumas for her hard work that she continues to sow into our young women. OMG. So we have our amazing Lakina. Why am I such a brain fart from her name from the Treasures Within? Oh, it is something that's in my head blocking me for some crazy reason. Treasures Within doing phenomenal work with our young ladies. and Full and Fabulous doing phenomenal work with the Curvy Girl Project. I just want to say congratulations and hats off to your dedication to our young women. And I definitely have to apologize. Miss Lakina, please, please, please forgive me. It is definitely, definitely my head right now and not my heart. Not my heart. Oh, but the show must go on, right? The show must go on. So in this segment, as we're winding down our last event, when you are at an event and you are attending the event, I want you to remember to be intentional. Go and have a good time, but also recognize that you have made a choice to be there. So we were talking about time management. You made a choice to be there. So now you're in this space of time in which you cannot get back, right? So you want to make sure it was worth your while for attending. So when you go, be intentional. You want to get to know new people that you don't know. Network. Get out of your comfort zone and network. If there's someone that, I've always been intending to meet this person, take the opportunity to do so and network with them. While you're there, take notes. You should always walk away with some new information that you didn't know before, some new contact that you didn't have before, right? So go into an event being intentional, knowing that you're going to make new connections, new collaborations, and learn new information. It is definitely going to be worth the decision that you made and worth your time for attending when you are intentional. Now, as we go into these last events, I want you to be prepared for as we come back for our closeout. So we'll be right back.
Save the date. Western Wayne County NAACP 2024 Freedom Fund Dinner. October 20th, 2024. Our purpose, our power, our people.
Save the date. Tranquility Christian Counseling presents Tranquility Peace Retreats. Breaking Down Walls, Thursday, October 24th through Sunday, October 27th in Port Sanilac, Michigan. The last retreat was powerful and impactful. You don't want to miss it. Space is limited. More information coming soon.
Save the date. BUF of Michigan 54th Gala Celebration. Friday, October 25th, beginning at 6 p.m. at the Motor City Soundboard, 2901 Grand River Avenue, Detroit, Michigan.
Let us support you in your event by adding it to our Stay Connected segments and encouraging community support. Visit www.dealswithbob.com or call us today.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to YouTube, search for Deals with Bob, and click the subscribe button.
And welcome back to our final segment as we begin to close out the show. I definitely want to make sure that we highlight those 3 events that are coming up. The Western Wayne NAACP Freedom Fund Dinner is an amazing event that we want to make sure that you definitely mark on your calendars and save the date. It is one of their biggest fundraisers of the year, and they allow for us to continue to bring phenomenal information in the industries of financial awareness, our scholarship program for the youth, our youth programming, our housing initiatives, all of the different what is it called? All of the different categories of groups that they have. And I don't want to say groups because I'm saying it because the true name is escaping me at the moment. So I'm glad it's not just me forgetting people's names. I really am. For whatever reason, my brain is not allowing me to recall what I need to recall. But it allows for the funding that is needed to make sure you have phenomenal events going on during the year that educate the community, right? Economic sustainability, housing, our elderly, our veterans, all of these events and all of this information comes throughout the NAACP and the different events that they put on throughout the year. The Freedom Fund Dinner helps fund a lot of those events. So make sure you save that date of October 20th to come out and support our Freedom Fund Dinner in the Western Wayne County area. The Tranquility Peace Retreats. This is the second retreat that they're having, and it is on a private beach off of Port Huron Lake. It is a beautiful Airbnb with limited space, so you would definitely want to start registering ASAP to make sure you secure your spot. It is going to be phenomenal. It is a 4-day retreat happening Thursday, October the 24th through Sunday, October the 22nd, 7th. But they do have packages. So if you only want to come up overnight, they have those options for overnight. They have options for just the main day of all workshop and activity that's happening on that Saturday. That's the only day that you can come for one day. Every other thing is either the 4 days or the overnight stay. But go ahead and go and register today by pulling up that QR code. You can then see all the information about this phenomenal peace retreat. And I definitely would encourage you, if you need to break away, if you have been dealing with stress and life has been lifing, go ahead and take a moment, step away, get near the water, get to some seclusion and close to nature, and go ahead and find your peace. It is going to be well worth your time to do so. And it is priced right for the 4 days with continental breakfast included. And here's the end, and your sleeping accommodations, and your workshop materials, and your reading materials, and your t-shirts, and I don't want to give everything away, but there's several ands. You're only talking about $50 a day. $50 a day. And I'm telling you that that is no different. If you can't even get a hotel room at $50 a day. So this will be a phenomenal retreat for you to attend. And last but not least, I want to definitely highlight the 54th Buff of Michigan Gala celebration. This is their major fundraiser event as well. And it's happening Friday, October the 25th, starting at 6 p.m. You will definitely not want to miss this event. There's going to be 2 former males in the house that are being recognized. We have our young people that are being recognized from the various different initiatives and camps that come out throughout the year. Remember, BUF of Michigan has a SciNorms program that introduces young people to the field of medicine. They have an aviation camp that introduces young people to flying. They have an automotive. They have a retail. They have so many amazing programs for our youth. Their EYES program, their EYES initiative makes sure that our everyday youth are empowered for success. And that is exactly what they're doing. But they can't do it without resource. And this gala allows for you to contribute to these amazing programs and ensure that they continue on into the future. So more to come for you to get your tickets right now. If you are right now, if you're a business, big, small, independent, however the case may be, if you are a business, they're looking for sponsors right now. This is the sponsor time. This is a time for you to get in that souvenir book. This is a time for you to get that table of guests that show up to support this event. This is a time for you, business owners. So I'm encouraging you to definitely take the time right now and go ahead and do and complete that sponsorship for that gala. And if you want to attend the event as an individual person, then more to come for you to attend and purchase your ticket for a table. I am so excited to be a part of BUF Michigan and this upcoming gala. The work that they are doing for our community and our youth is phenomenal. I appreciate them so much for all that they do. As we close out this segment, I want to thank you. If you do have an event, you definitely need to contact us. We want to do our best to make sure we promote your event because of what we said. You are taking your time to do so. We want to make sure that it is a success for you as well as everyone in attendance. I do strongly believe that whoever is meant to be there, it was purpose for them to be there. And if you are attending the event, come prepared. Come prepared to be intentional. Come prepared to make connections, because your connections can lead to collaboration. Your connections can lead to having a phenomenal referral partner. Your connections can lead to lifetime friendship. You just never know. Having events are so impactful for business owners, and I am so honored that I get an opportunity while we're having while we're having conversations with some of Phenomenal Bob's, we are also able to highlight some phenomenal events. I thank you so much for your support in allowing us to do so. Now, if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. All you need to do is while you're on YouTube, do a search for Deals with Bob. Go over and then click that subscribe button. Remember, the more subscribers we get, the further reach we can have, the bigger impact we can have. So I thank you for those who are currently subscribers and for those who are going to be subscribers in the near future. I truly appreciate your support as well. Whew. I have to just say one time, I have no idea where this brain was tonight. I do feel like I'm having difficulty breathing within my sinuses, so maybe that's contributing. I do feel a little bit of my eyes getting tired and my vision getting slightly blurred. So maybe with the change in weather and the temperature, I'm having sinus issues, which is causing me to have brain fog. So we're going to blame it on the change in seasons and pressure, okay? That sounds like it's a valid reason, because normally you guys know I'm very anal about making sure everything goes well, and I can't believe all of the bloopers that occurred on tonight's show and brain fog that was happening. So, but maybe this has been the best entertaining show because of it. Who knows? Those who love it are going to love it. Those who hate it are going to hate it. I can't control that, but all I can do is say I believe we have phenomenal information because I got a chance to highlight some amazing events that are coming in and throughout our community. I hope you marked your calendar and plan on attending a few of them and showing your support. Until next time, I am your host, Dr. Sonia M. Weaver. I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar, it does matter, and deal with Bob. We'll see you next time. Have an amazing, amazing night.